when Dodge took us to a hangar in Washington, D.C., and offered the keys to any of its freshened 2015 Charger sedans, we could have taken the raucous new 707 horsepower Charger SRT Hellcat first. But we purposely started the day in the SRT 392, somewhat afraid that we might never again be satisfied with its 485 horsepower after driving the world's most powerful production sedan. We needn't have worried. It turns out that the Hellcat leaves a lot of room for fun under its long shadow, the first indication of which came when we brought to life the 392's naturally aspirated 6.4-liter Hemi, and its delicious rumble echoed through the building. No car that sounds this good can be all that bad, right? Right. Within a mile, we were laughing hysterically, drunk on talk, some 475 lb-ft of the stuff, and bruising past less powerful cars, which was pretty much everything that hadn't been Hellcated. We also wondered aloud if our licenses would survive the trip to Summit Point Motorsports Park in West Virginia, at which point we'd get to drive on the track. On the straight and narrow, eventually, we stopped terrorizing locals, started behaving like adults, and took inventory of the experience. Steering tactility, good. Road feel, enough to communicate the surface texture, and the overly harsh to full tried quality we noted in the old SRT 392's comparison test loss to the Chevy SS was conspicuous by its absence. Fiddling with the SRT performance page's functions on the center stack screen allowed us to add weight to the steering, which was good for self-centering and muscle building but not much else. We also dialed up the firmness of the Bilstein shocks. The sport mode provides a little better connection to the road, but the track mode is rather too stiff for the street. Powertrain behavior is also adjustable. It ranges from perfectly benign in street mode to revvy, snappy, and tail-happy in track mode. The latter ups throttle sensitivity, delivers near-instantaneous upshifts and rev-match downshifts from the 8-speed automatic it replaces last year's 5-speed auto, and activates very liberal stability control parameters. Oh yeah, and it unleashes the exhaust note from hell. Or Hellcat, more accurately. The Charger SRT 392 and Hellcat share a straight-through exhaust system with electronically variable valves and an exclusive mid-muffler to give a slightly more refined sound inside the cabin than their Challenger counterparts. Dodge says there's no impact to performance, since the back pressure is the same. And we can say the Charger is still wonderfully loud at full tilt. The SRT 392 quiets down sufficiently when cruising, however. Also shared with the Hellcat are the SRT 392's eyeball-ejecting brakes, which include new 6-piston front Brembo calipers pinching 15.4-inch discs, up from 4-piston calipers on 14.2-inch rotors on the 14 model. The rears remain 4-piston Brembo calipers with 13.8-inch discs. These were particularly appreciated when we eventually made it to Summit Point, license still in our wallet, and took to the track in both SRT models. With a 0 to 60 mph time estimated in the low for-second range, the SRT 392 became an instant facelift machine each time we pounced on the gas pedal. From the outset, we knew that the SRT had zero chance of out-thrilling the ungodly Hellcat, but that didn't stop it from being a hoot. Flat out on the front straight, the speedometer crept over 130 miles per hour, not quite the 150 miles per hour or so we saw in the Hellcat, but still spectacularly fast for a car of this size. More remarkable was how little daylight exists between the SRT 392 and the Hellcat in terms of ultimate grip and steering feel. This latter point is notable, given that the 392's steering is electrically boosted versus the Hellcat's hydraulic setup. Some credit must be given to the aggressive track mode and the grippy 3-season 27540R20 Piley P0s worn by our test car. That said, you never forget that you're driving a 4,400-pound full-size sedan, that's roughly 50 pounds heavier than the 2014 model, itself no dainty petunia. The front to rear weight distribution is a more neutral 5,446 versus 5,644 for the Hellcat, though, yielding slightly better balance. It's a certifiably nice car. However portly, this toroidal Charger has never before been a nicer car in which to spend time or to look at. Much was done, says Dodge, to reduce the visual hugeness of all Charger models, starting with trimming the corners of the bumpers, dropping the height of the nose, and elongating the pillars. All body panels, save the roof and the rear door skins, were replaced for 15. Both Hellcat and 392 models wear an SRT-specific nose that looks menacing and clean, as well as a wide rear bumper with outboard air extractors, a diffuser, and dual 4-inch exhaust tips. The interior, likewise, is graced with upgrades that take it further upscale, and SRT models include a meaty, flat-bottom steering wheel and thick, supportive front thrones. Like the Hellcat, the Charger SRT 392 faces little competition. The most direct contender is the aforementioned Chevrolet SS, which, at 415 horsepower and 415 lb-ft of torque, trails the Dodge by 70 ponies and 60 lb-ft but is more than 400 pounds lighter. The SS has a trump card of its own in the form of a newly available 6-speed manual transmission. The Dodge's new interior, however, could also factor into which of them is the more appealing sub-$50K supersold. A base price of $48,380 offers 16,610 other reasons to be okay with the SRT 392 if you can't find the scratch for a $64,990 Hellcat. The value story becomes even more interesting with the Charger RT Scat Pack, which boasts the SRT 392's massive 6.4-liter SRT engine and beefed-up 8-speed automatic but does without the luxe interior appointments, adjustable suspension, and hyper-aggressive styling, all for $40,990. We expect to strap our test equipment to the SRT 392 soon to see how close it can get to the Hellcat's prodigious performance, but whatever the results, this car is no mere consolation prize.